Hello there, I'm Steve Dangle, and some folks at Sportsnet and I have been trying to see if we can figure out who will win the Stanley Cup this year by looking at past winners and their regular season stats. Let's just say it's not that simple. Did you know the last team to win the Stanley Cup after leading the league in scoring was the 91-92 Pittsburgh Penguins? That's a bummer if you're a Dallas Stars fan. So we wanted to see what big team stats the last 5 Cup winners all had in common in the regular season, and we actually found 4. They were all top 9 in even strength goal differential, top 5 in even strength save percentage, top 10 in score adjusted Corsi, and finally, they all either finished first or second in goals against. This year will change that though. Not one single team in the NHL meets all 4 criteria this season. To give you an idea of how fierce the competition is, the Los Angeles Kings only matched 2 categories, but had all 4 markers checked with about 2 weeks to go in the season. The Blackhawks, by the way, not one single category. There are 3 teams that meet 3 of the 4 categories, though.
Backstrom feeds, Ovechkin fires, he scores! Hat-trick for Alex Ovechkin, and goal number 50.
The first is obvious, the Washington Capitals. With Barry Trotz behind the bench, the Holt Beast in net, Alex Ovechkin scores 50 again. Nicholas Backstrom, Evgeny Kuznetsov, yeah, you could say they're pretty stacked. And that has them ranked first in even strength goal differential, 10th in score adjusted Corsi, and 2nd in goals against. So things look good this time around for Ovechkin and company, despite a recent string of playoff heartbreaks.
I mean, how do you feel like you've given all of that and you're going home? It's got to be extremely disappointing.
Speaking of which, the St. Louis Blues. They always seem to be a favorite going into the playoffs, but despite a balanced team and scoring threat, just like this year, they always seem to find an early exit.
It's shattering. It's shattering for St. Louis, a team that has that kind of expectation. Again.
The only stat they're missing is goals against, which they still rank 4th in. Is it finally their year? The last one is arguably the hottest team in the league, the Penguins. They qualify with the same 3 categories the Blues have. Sidney Crosby has been unreal since Mike Sullivan took over as head coach.
Crosby alone, Crosby scores! Sidney Crosby seals the deal in D.C.
They've been hit hard by the injury bug, but they have depth with an emerging Phil Kessel and the 3rd highest scoring defenseman in the league, Chris Letang. So there you have it, the Capitals, Blues, and Penguins. Of course, these are just stats and interesting common trends we noticed in recent winners. They are not a sure thing, more of a hint at who is following in successful footsteps this year. So what do you think? Who or what do we miss? Power play? Penalty kill? Do you think you're smarter than the numbers? Let us know down below.